Welcome to the Nick and Vic podcast featuring Johnny. Say what's up, Johnny.
Yo, what's going on?
Say what's up, Vic.
What's up?
All right, first up today is going to be GameStop, brick and mortar stores. What do you guys think about them?
Uh, l- I think GameStop is it's slowly going downhill. I mean, back in the day, you used to sell games. Now all they're doing is selling action figures and shirts and all this and that. And honestly, the only thing that is holding up GameStop right now is parents and little kids.
I would agree 100%.
Yeah, I
Johnny, your
would.
thoughts?
I would also agree, and I don't know. I kind of think they're taking it overboard by selling clothes of
Hot
Zelda
figurines.
and Naruto shirts and Dragon Ball Z. Like, if I wanted to buy that, I would go to their website. I mean, I like how they have it in store with a physical, like a physical, not a physical copy, but like a physical shirt
It's
that I
related
can.
to the game,
Yeah,
pre-orders, and all that.
but I don't really think that it fits the whole GameStop theme. Like when I went to GameStop the other day, like they literally had a sign outside saying Fortnite destination. Like if bro, like tell me if they're milking it or not. The
I,
whole
I get what you're
Fortnite
saying.
hype.
My problem with it is there's really no need for it anymore. We have these digital games we could download off of the PlayStation Store, Steam, or even the Xbox Store, and it's regardless. Even if you buy a game like physically now, you have to download it regardless. So it's only a matter of time till it goes digital.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're always they're always trying to cram down their power ups rewards
Yeah, that
card.
gets irritating.
You can be there just for one game. Oh, do you want to sign up for a power ups rewards card?
Would you like that reward card?
Every single time. That's all they want to do because that's where they make their money. Because they don't really make that much money off
Games no more.
new games. They make all their money from used games. That's why I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that sometimes they'll like lie and be like, oh, we don't have any brand new copies, but we do have used copies.
Yeah, they'll open them up and
Yeah,
just sell it to
yeah,
you.
and
It's used, no scratches on it.
yeah, because that's where they make their money is from used games. And honestly, it's kind of scummy if you think about it.
What are your thoughts on that, Johnny?
I mean, the last time I bought a used game was back on Xbox 360 when I tried to get
Last
cheap
generation.
games for like $6, $7. I mean, now it's just like for me, it's just buying games online because it's like
If
there's
you're
no
gonna buy the game, you're
lines.
gonna play it
It
now.
gets straight to the purchase. No one's asking me questions about if I want to buy a power up reward card or if I want to pre-order a game that I have no recollection about. Is I don't know. So I just stick to online.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's
So
that's pretty
we're
good.
giving GameStop a thumbs down, pretty much. We're
Yeah,
gonna be seeing you
basically.
later.
Because
All
yeah,
right.
they're gonna be out of business soon.
So let's move on to our next subject. Soldier Boy in gaming. What do you guys think about it? He has the console, and him on Twitter. I know you've seen it. I personally haven't seen it. Vic, do you want to give us a little bit of insight on that Twitter or
Yeah,
that tweet, I should say?
he was over there saying how he's not scared of Nintendo basically. But I mean, if we're being honest, Nintendo is one of the biggest companies. They've been here. They've been a company for I think over 100 years now, and
Close to, I'd say.
yeah, like, and then also he's like, oh, he said it was free. He was getting like free what is it like free
Sponsors?
free sponsors, yeah, free sponsors from like all the YouTubers that are like making fun of him.
Oh, clout, not
Yeah,
sponsors.
basically
Okay.
cloud. Cause like I seen a video of some dude saying, "All right, we're about to unbox it and see what's inside." All he did was he smashed it with a hammer.
I didn't see that. That's
No,
hilarious.
see, and inside the console, it was nothing. It was like barely any hardware in it. And let's not forget about his controllers, totally original.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do
I
remind
definitely
me
didn't
of
see that
like
from Sony, like about,
PS2 controllers.
Totally. Because I mean, and total same design. And what's crazy is that it's like the same design, but it's also a bad controller. How can
generic, I
you
would
how
say.
can you do the
Cheap.
PS2 controller bad?
Yeah, I don't understand. It's not even a controller. Like on if you look at the box, it's not even a controller.
Yeah.
They got the wrong
It's
one.
it's a whole different
Oh,
controller.
don't forget, he advertised that you can play Tomb Raider on it, and also on the I think.
And then you download or you go to their games on there, and all I see is some rip-off games that look like generic, like 90s games.
Exactly, it's all old school.
I think the problem with Soldier Boy and the way he marketed his console If he was a little more honest, this wouldn't be happening.
I
And
mean,
and there's another problem when you look at Soldier Boy, you don't think of him as, oh my God, this is Soldier Boy, the amazing like blah 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 gamer. You think of him as the rapper, from the early 2000s.
yeah, and then one thing is that if you've seen some of the videos about them talking about his console, they always say, Soldier Boy, he is also a known gamer. I mean, who cares? You're making terrible. You're not even making them.
You're pirating them.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
mean, if
you're
you
pretty
from
much
another
stealing him
website.
and calling it your own.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think Soldier Boy should be in the gaming industry. I mean, there's multiple gaming organizations that people don't take seriously,
Exactly.
but and he's just gonna be one of them. Like Team Siren, they were all female League of Legends team, and nobody took them seriously because two of them were silver, one was gold, and the other two was platinum, and their overall team was
It's like gold combined.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
gold 3, so it wasn't really taken
Well, him
seriously.
getting in. What do you guys think about him trying to get into esports and pick up
Yeah, I also
teams?
don't
That's terrible.
I don't think that
That's really bad. Like
I heard
this,
he was making Fortnite, Call of Duty, CS:GO, Rocket League.
this guy's a joke.
He was making.
This
He
is
was
the
thinking about getting into all those games, but honestly, if I'm a player, I'm just looking at the check he's giving us.
exactly.
I mean, him getting into esports, I'm a little more willing for him to do that because he is, a pretty wealthy guy. He will give you your paycheck,
Off one
and if
song.
the players are talented and they're good enough, I believe like go ahead.
I mean,
If
the
Soldier
wealth,
Boy's
I
gonna
don't.
sign you, let him sign you, man.
The
You're
wealth,
getting the
I don't
paycheck
even.
at the end of the day.
I'm not even sure about that. Like, I'm not trying to roast or anything, but like the only hit he had was Crank That, and that's what he's naming his team. His esports organization is literally gonna be called Crank That.
Oh, that's
So
bad.
yeah,
I think Soldier Boy. I think he's just like he's going way too far, and like I feel like
He's overstepping his boundaries. You would say.
exactly. Like
yeah.
this is the same guy who tweeted out. I think he said if you don't crank that Soldier Boy, what was it? I think he said it was gonna crank you or something like that.
Yeah, I
He
think.
said something like that. It was it's gonna crank you. It was like either you crank that Soldier Boy or it cranks you. Like what does that even mean?
Yeah, I have no idea, but since we're done with, what are we gonna give Soldier Boy? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Is it anywhere in the middle?
No, I think he gets a huge thumbs down. But
Yeah, this is what he's doing right now with his whole like selling consoles and trying to get
gaming
into the
industry just
gaming
isn't for him.
industry, bro.
You can crank your way out of here. Okay.
totally thumbs down. But
Yeah,
for the
me,
memes,
Thumbs down,
up.
100%.
I'll give it a thumbs up for
Yeah.
the memes.
Yeah, the meme's 100% thumbs up, but getting serious, no, thumbs down. Let's move on to the next subject. This is something everybody likes talking about. Video games.
hmm
What games are you guys looking forward to coming in to 2019?
A bit,
I'll start off with this. One I'm looking forward to is Resident Evil 2. Pretty solid horror game. Was really good in the 90s. I like them remaking that. What are your guys' thoughts on them remaking old games with, just the same title but just telling the story a little bit
what
different,
like just
expanding on it?
remastering or just like
It's I wouldn't say remastering because the way that for Resident Evil 2 at least, they're telling the story, but they're telling it how they would have way back then.
right?
So they're changing the camera angle. It's not exactly the same, but they're putting it to where people that play the game, way back then could still be like, okay, this is Resident Evil 2, but with a little bit of a pizzazz thrown on it. You know what I'm saying?
See, now that's a good approach. I feel like remasters that are completely the same from years ago, it's kind of a waste. Like we seen what Infinity Ward tried to do with Modern Warfare. Like the game, it was boring. Like
Yeah,
for
it was
its
fun for a
time-
month.
For its time in '07, it was a pretty fun game. I mean, they were calling it the Halo killer, but now, like playing it now,
Now Halo's killing it.
yeah,
You would say.
it's such a slow-paced game. Like there's no point in playing it, and then they just ruined it with supply drops and adding guns that weren't even in the game to begin with. I feel
Yeah.
like doing that. I feel like at that point you can just look at it as just a cash grab, a filthy.
I would
cash
agree
grab.
100%. So what are your guys' games you're looking forward to? That's my personal game that I would look at getting.
Me, I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds. I loved Fallout New Vegas, and I just can't wait to see what they got to do.
I believe that's by Obsidian, correct?
Yep, Obsidian.
Great company.
I,
Always make quality games.
I agree. And
Would
then
you like to expand upon, what is it actually about? Is it
So
online or is it
so it's a single player like sci-fi RPG. And but the thing is, I don't think it's gonna be open world. I heard it was gonna be like missions. Like
more like a Borderlands style?
no, like Mass Effect.
Okay,
Because
Mass
it's not
Effect.
open
Okay.
world. Well, I think Andromeda was open world, but that game flopped with their. You
Yeah,
seen
we'll just get off the subject before we trigger anyone.
their weird facial
Yeah,
animations.
yeah, I seen that.
That was terrible. But Outer Worlds, I'm really excited for it. I hope they can do it. But the team behind like Outer Worlds, it's not the same exact team that made New Vegas, so that's why I'm like a little worried. But overall, I'm pretty excited. What about you, Johnny? What games are you looking forward to?
Um, 3 games I'm looking forward to in 2019 is I believe Modern Warfare 4. I believe that that's gonna be the next Call of Duty that comes out. I know we're still fresh and into Black Ops 4, but I just feel like
That's a make or break game for Call of Duty.
yeah,
It's
and I
it's
just
do we
feel
take a
like
step
they're
forward and then 2 steps back, or do we take another step forward and we keep
yeah,
the
and I
string
just feel
moving?
like they're gonna remaster like they're just gonna remaster another game and try to add on to it like they did
Infinite
with
Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, right? They sold Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare remastered, and if they didn't do that, then Infinite Warfare wouldn't have sold as well as it did. But without the help of a
Call of Duty 4.
remastered game, I don't really think it's gonna go anywhere. Like it's still gonna be on top 10 best sold games.
Just because Call of
And,
Duty's the name that drags in the dollars at the end of the day.
right.
Yeah, and then one thing I feel like I agree with what you gotta say, but one thing is that the reason why I feel like they did add COD 4 remastered was because at like at that point nobody wanted well, at least majority of the people that were playing Call of Duty did not want a jetpack game. Like we've seen the dislikes off the trailer, campaign trailer.
Mind you, that's a campaign trailer.
But the thing is, it's Modern Warfare. Overall, that's been a good series. So I feel like it might not need a remaster, but I mean, it just
It
might
wouldn't
well.
it wouldn't hurt to throw it in there.
But like, if they like totally like, let's say the trailer sucks for Modern Warfare 4, then we'll probably be seeing a remaster. But other than that, I feel like Call of Duty they're probably gonna do some big things. And yeah, that's all I really got to say about it.
I don't know. Nick, what about you? Like, what games do you want to see?
Well, I already said a little bit about Resident Evil 2, but games that aren't even announced, like my game that I would go to as soon as it comes out, is
Oh
Borderlands
wait,
3.
I forgot about what is it? Gears of War 5, right?
Yeah,
Oh
Gears
yeah,
5.
let's
Yeah,
talk about
Gears of
that
War
before we
5
jump
and
into
Halo
Borderlands.
Infinity.
But I haven't played a Halo game in years. Like,
Yeah, I think the last one I played was Reach.
no, I think Halo 3. What is it?
ODST.
ODST.
Yeah, ODST.
Last one I
Yeah.
played was Halo 3
Yeah,
as well.
dude, it was fun, but I don't really see myself getting an Xbox. But I mean, if Halo Infinity is really good, then I'll probably buy one for cheap.
Yeah, I mean Halo's always been a great like game overall. They've really never made a bad game.
Mm.
They've been making games that aren't as good as like the old quality Bungie games,
I
but
didn't. I
they're
didn't
still.
really like Halo 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't like it much as well, but it wasn't a bad game.
Yeah,
you know?
it
It's,
wasn't
it's
a
kind of
bad
like Call of Duty
game.
with the jetpack games. You know, you either liked them or you didn't.
Yeah, and you see the direction that Call of Duty went. The fans didn't like it, so they took
Yeah,
it out.
and that's what I see 343 doing with Halo Infinite. Everybody wants Master Chief. They're giving him Master Chief. They're giving him old school Halo.
How do you think
It's
the
gonna
story
sound great.
mode's gonna be?
The what did you say?
The story mode?
The story mode? I mean, every Halo game has a solid campaign outside of a Halo 5. I mean, a lot of people complain about it. I would be surprised if it's bad.
Yeah, that is true. What was Halo 5's? It was Master Chief and what was the other
I don't remember
protagonist?
the other guy, but I mean, the way the problem with Halo 5 is how they advertise it. If they don't do a major like Master Chief versus this other guy, like, as long as they don't do that and they screw up their advertising and they just
Yeah.
make it,
Yeah, I think it should just still be the
it should just be about Master Chief.
Master
Everybody
Chief,
knows him.
yeah.
When you think of Halo, that's the guy you think
But
of.
what direction would they take the story mode? Like,
I believe it's on another Halo.
How did Halo 5
oh,
end?
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How did it 5 end? Because I had no idea how it ended.
I mean, I believe Master Chief went to go do his own thing with his group, and then the other group, which is a character that I can't think of at the moment, you did something as well. It was really just like mixed, and it just really was like a big action
Yeah,
blockbuster
cause
movie. It
yeah,
was
'cause
really
if
not
you
much of
seen
a
a
story.
trailer, if
Yeah,
you seen a trailer, you would think that the last, like the end game, is gonna be them two fighting. It's something
it
totally
has nothing to
different.
relate with that at all. They fight like maybe once, and
Yeah.
you don't even do that. They just have a cutscene show you, and it's like the most slow motion generic thing I've ever seen.
Okay, so yeah, I see where you're coming from when it comes to, when you're saying like it's like a movie. It's like
Yeah,
when they're trying to be all cinematic and stuff, but
What do you?
honestly, it's all about the gameplay.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. The
Halo's always
multiplayer
had great
especially.
mechanics.
I don't
Oh
think they
yeah.
should bring back. Yeah, I don't think they should bring back the rec packs. The rec packs was a big like.
What was
It's
that? Like the
They
record
can
it's
as
their.
label?
long as
Hmm.
they
Oh, okay.
Some. I mean, some people say it's pay to win.
they can bring it back, but they have to separate it from the multiplayer. Is my thing.
Wait, was
It'd
it
be
in
fine
single
if you
player
can get them
too,
in
or?
like campaign or something. I'd be fine with rec packs in campaign.
Yeah, in campaign, but
But
who's
you
gonna?
can't throw it in multiplayer. That just
Yeah,
it's like we go back to Call of Duty with Call of Duty 4.
because you can literally, if your team's losing, you literally only have to pay like $5 or $10 just to get a like an upgraded Warthog or a upgraded Ghost or
Or a battle
something.
rifle or something.
Right,
Yeah.
and that brings the your team the advantage.
But yeah,
But what do you guys think about no on to other Xbox games? What do you think Gears of War 5 is gonna be like? Because
hopefully it's everything Gears of War 4 was,
like if
but
you've
just a
seen
lot
the
better.
trailer and if you've been keeping up with the Gears of War story, so
What's
basically
the main character's name? The girl you play as now?
I'm not
Like
sure.
Kate, I believe it's Kate Diaz, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kate Diaz, I believe.
And don't you also play as Marcus's son, right?
I
Or
believe in Halo 4 you did.
Yeah, it's his. Yeah, and then well, Marcus was also in it.
I haven't been keeping up with Gears at all, so I
You
couldn't tell you.
serious? I watched like a whole playthrough on it. It's pretty cool. You guys haven't seen it, or?
I mean, I've seen the Gears of War 5.
I seen
The
the
whole
trailer.
campaign. I know that at the end of Gears of War 4, she finds out that she has the necklace and the swarm, right?
The
It
Locust
is
logo.
the locust. Yeah.
It's on one side of the pennant. She
Mhm.
flips it
And
like
and she finds out that
everybody's
it's
looking at it and they show her like, oh, it's just a pennant, and then she flips it and it's a locust. Big reveal that
that
maybe she's part of the
it's
locust
her.
or something.
Yeah, it's her grandmother.
Yeah.
The
Wasn't
locust.
her grandma was like attached to it or something?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
There was
yeah
no way to save
the
her.
queen the queen of the locust is her grandmother, and now she's part of
The locust.
not Marcus's squad.
Oh, okay.
And so the whole like story is that the whole story I think is that they're gonna find out that her grandmother is the locust queen, and she started to feel like started to like delve more into like her backstory, her grandmother's backstory. And I just feel like the other characters are gonna find out and judge her
They're gonna be
based
like,
on
hey, are you
her grandmother's
are
actions.
you really helping us, or are you doing this to help out your grandmother type deal,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving away from Xbox and going to PC, PS4, everything, cross-platform, I would say. Borderlands. When was the last time you guys heard that name? Because I haven't heard it since 2014 with the pre-sequel release. Every time I played the game, it was amazing. I played it a lot more than you guys.
Oh, yeah.
What's your thoughts about them coming out with Borderlands 3? Not even being announced yet. What do you guys think when it's going to be announced, or do you guys think it's going to be
I think it's gonna
2019,
be
2020? What do you guys think?
2019 because 2020 is gonna be next gen. But I mean, it would make sense if they would make it for 2020. But we've already seen the whole like engine is gonna run around.
Yeah.
Like we've seen.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Have you seen the engine for
Yeah,
Borderlands 3?
the reveal like at it was like a mini reveal, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
On like how the buildings are gonna be and how the characters are
Let's
gonna
let's
look.
talk about a little bit about that, since that is all the information we have about it. What do you guys think about it? What is it?
Well, in general, I like Borderlands art style. It kind of has like that like comic book feel.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's not trying to be realistic like that. That's what's really.
It's just
cool
trying to
about
be a
it.
good storytelling game.
Yeah.
I feel like
Mhm.
this will be a game that kills a game like Destiny or Anthem or even
Oh, yeah,
The
for
Division
sure.
2 or
Yeah,
something.
I'm
It
not
will.
sure.
It's gonna take out one of those games, or it's gonna flop. It's a hit or miss thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't even see too much of Anthem, and I honestly I don't really think that's gonna be a good game.
I mean, it's being made by EA. Let's be honest, guys.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Titanfall,
Yeah.
but like not too much like it.
You Did you
Like
hear
you're in a
about the?
mech suit, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe.
like
Yeah, mech suit.
that's
Yeah.
totally what Titanfall is, but even bigger mech suit.
You heard about Titanfall 3 leaks, right?
There were leaks for it. I mean,
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 was alright, but I feel like it died pretty fast, and it just got boring.
The problem with
Yeah.
Titanfall, we already have too many shooters. I feel like it's kind of overwhelming with like we don't need another shooter. If they did something else, maybe
I
like an
feel like
action
it's just
adventure
trying to
game or
be that
something.
one jetpack shooter. Like I know at one point all the games were going into space and trying to set like a space theme,
Yeah,
but now it's just like okay,
every
we're
game's on the
moving on
ground
to
again.
battle royale, and Titanfall is just trying to be that one
The
that
one
one
remaining,
jetpack shooter.
yeah, yeah.
And I just don't feel like the way they treated Titanfall 2, I just don't feel like it's gonna
Live up
Titanfall
to it.
3 yeah, Titanfall 3 isn't gonna live up to its hype.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Titanfall 1 and 2 are basically like the same game.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you really do with
In a
like, the
futuristic
core
shooter.
yeah, with the core gameplay of Titanfall, what else can you do? You can add more robots, add more guns, but like at
They
the
they
end of
kind
the
of put
day, it's
themselves
like
in a corner at this point.
yeah, I feel like they should just like focus on other things. But EA in general, they've been going just downhill. Like Battlefield 5, in my opinion, I think Battlefield 5 sucks. I think
Oh
it's a
yeah.
terrible game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
glitching and
as you say that, let's move into our next subject because enough about 2019 in the future. Let's talk about this year. Let's start off with Battlefield since you said that worst games.
yeah, I just think it's a bad game. I feel like of course there's gonna be the Battlefield fanboys that are like, oh this is the Call of Duty killer. And
Yeah, the ride or die Battlefield
yeah.
fans.
But
Yeah.
I mean like Call of Duty is just way better. Black Ops 4 is better than Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 doesn't. I don't even think their battle royale's out right now.
No, it's coming. I believe early
next month, I believe.
January.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like it's squads only, right?
Mhm.
64 players, like. It's
Yeah,
not-
Firestorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like a cool concept, but I mean, it's under all.
I feel
that,
like
I don't
it's
think
gonna
it
die out
fits.
pretty fast
It
because
doesn't
the
fit
game.
with the Battlefield mechanics. That's the
Yeah.
problem with it.
And then one thing, Battlefield, I feel like it doesn't have like that competitive scene as Call of Duty. Because I mean, how can you turn a massive
Team
map,
versus team.
yeah, into a smaller like, let's just say like 5v5 on a big map. I mean, that doesn't
It-
really.
You're gonna be spawning way the hell like 20 miles away.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Just
half
check
the
flags?
gameplay is gonna be sprinting around the map. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think another reason why Battlefield is gonna die soon. And then I feel like, and they're going
Definitely
with the
wins
whole-
one of the worst games of 2018.
Yeah, and they're going with the World War. I feel like World War II is like kind of like
Well, we've did about like 20 billion
yeah, it's kind
types of
burnt
World War
out
II
by-
games now.
and like it's been burnt out. And then honestly, it's like let's just move on from it now.
Yeah.
Like World War II, you don't really see a lot of World War II things anymore. There's like some movies here and there, some games like Battlefield 5. I think Battlefield 5 is like the only 2018 release of a World War II game.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. And then let's see. I know.
You said 2018?
Yeah.
No, it was also Call of Duty World War II.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
World War II.
But I feel like because we're talking about two different types of games. I mean, they're both first-person shooters, but I just feel like Call of Duty did it right. Like we're about to go on to 2019, but you're still trying to make World War II games when I don't.
We seen the results of that. It compared to
Like nobody really wants that anymore.
yeah.
And then plus they were, there was all the controversy around like the girl in the trailer. She had like the robot arm and
Yeah, with the
Every-
three fingers.
yeah. Everything was it just felt too colorful. Like when you think of World War II, you don't think of how
You think of like gritty, like real
like,
man.
like World at War. World at
Yeah.
War, 2008. I would say that was probably the best Call of Duty for its time. But like, it doesn't need to.
Or
be
even
all
you think
colorful.
of more older games like Medal of Honor. You just think
Medal
of
of
like
Honor, yeah.
you think of single player games more than you do of like online multiplayer games when it comes to like World War II shooters.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like it's boring now.
We've been
And
there,
then-
done that.
And then if you think about
yeah.
it, like, so when it comes to Battlefield and Call of Duty, like we're so used to seeing all this futuristic stuff, and then
then you go
now
backwards.
You go back, and now you don't really have all that much technology to like really do like, and In Battlefield 4, I know you can get like a sniper scope that's like a 20 times zoom. The most you can get on 5, I think, is like up to 12.
Yeah.
And like it's just like
It's like taking a step back.
there's not much you can really do. And like it's just honestly, it's just like it's kind of pointless to do those kind of games now. One, because like you're expecting so much.
It'd be fine if they do it every once in a while, like how Wolfenstein's doing their little thing with
See, but with
the alternate universe and all that.
yeah, with Wolfenstein, with Wolfenstein, I feel like what they're doing is way better because they're building on top of World War II and like after World War II.
Right. So let's move on to the best games of 2018. I know God of War, Red Dead 2, Black Ops 4, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, it's I like
Those
it.
are just some examples of some great games that came out in 2018. What do you guys think?
So I agree with all those games, but I know none of us really liked Spider-Man even, but it was well received. But us personally, we don't really like it. But I'll admit it. It seems like a cool game, but I'm not really into superheroes like that, and it's just
Yeah, I know it broke records. Like I know it was one of the fastest superhero games on console.
yeah,
I know it broke
One of the
that
best
record.
selling.
Yeah, one of the
yeah.
best selling and the fastest selling too. Considering that they sold 5 million copies in
And
three
they say
days.
single player games
So
are dead. We've seen a lot of single player hits now.
yeah,
Yeah, we've seen single player games get turned into multiplayer games.
Fallout 76.
Yeah, that game was pretty bad. But back to Spider Man. Yeah, but and when you said it was like one of the fastest growing like superhero games, you don't see a lot of superhero games. Like I think the last superhero game that was like major was Batman.
Yeah, with their Arkham
Batman,
series.
Arkham
Mhm.
Knight in like 2015. Like that was like years ago, and but now Spider Man. What I think Spider Man also has the hype around the movie Spider Man Homecoming. He
Yeah,
was in
the
Infinity
Spider
War.
Verse or whatever.
The Spider Verse movie. I heard that one was really good, but I'm probably not gonna see it.
Yeah,
But
me neither.
but also like those are all AAA games. I haven't really seen any like low key type of like
Yeah, we haven't seen
games.
any indie games. I mean, outside of Fortnite, and everybody talks about Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah, Fortnite. I don't know. Not a big fan anymore because all the things that they're doing to it. But honestly, like you don't really see a lot of like double A games or like
Yeah,
games that aren't really like major. I know there were games. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but like games like Stardew Valley, like that was a pretty cool indie game.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. For phone and PC,
Yeah, also,
PS4.
yeah, on the Switch and all that.
Yeah.
I've played it. It was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me like a farming simulator, but also like way deeper than that.
Well, like Terraria.
Yeah, I've never actually even like what kind of game is that?
It's the same. Indie.
See, I feel like indie games don't get that much of like.
Developer support. And as I say that, let's jump into that. What do you guys think about developer support?
Well, developer support is huge when it comes to games. Like,
I like the way Call of Duty's approaching it. My only problem is they take way too long to update the game.
Yeah, I would agree. What is it like? Once in every 4 weeks they updated. I mean, but
yeah,
when they do
That's
update it, they
something I
put
would
out good
appreciate about
content.
Fortnite,
Like they
though.
put out the battle pass, and it's worth grinding for. They add new modes like Safeguard. They add new maps like
Yeah,
Sunset
it's
or
just too slow
Seaside
though.
Sunset and Firing Range at night.
so
And they even add new operators like Zero, and they tune them also. Like when
Yeah,
something's
so
overpowered, like when
took
the
them
game
about a
first
week or
came
so
out,
until she got nerfed.
they nerfed the
yeah,
Vapor, they nerfed Zero, they nerfed the dog. When you could put two clips into the dog and it wouldn't die. So they heard the community's feedback, and right when like right when they heard it, they made changes.
yeah, they
Yeah,
get on top of
But I
it.
also like think Fallout 76, the developers needs
yeah. Then there's
to
games like that. Where are they? They're not on any social media of any form.
right.
They're not on any forums.
Also, like what they're doing with like the pre-order bonuses. You guys see the controversy around the
The
bags?
bag,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
the
bag.
nylon tag.
They advertise this
And they
really nice bag, and then you get it, and it's a piece of junk.
yeah, and they said it was too. They said it was too
Too like expensive, right? To
yeah
make.
to
Yeah,
make, the materials.
And then also the we were talking about it today, the Nuka Dark Rum, and how
Mhm.
like the bottle was just looking so terrible.
Yeah. Didn't you say like some people got plastic bottles?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Majority was all plastic, I think.
Yeah.
It just and then
I mean, they can get sued for false advertising because it's
yeah,
not.
Yeah, big corporation. Not gonna really matter to them though at this point.
yes,
Yeah.
but that's all they want is the money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can say that, but I mean, with previous titles, they could work. They can easily work off of that and try to transform Fallout 76 into a better game. But as of right now, it's losing players every day, and I don't really think that.
It's gonna be tough for them to make a
I don't
bounce
really
back.
think that. Yeah, I don't really think that the players are gonna come back to it. Like they
There's
might
only
come
been a
back
few
and
games that do
try out
that.
the updates and everything,
Yeah,
but the size you gotta take in count the size of the updates are gonna be at least
It's
like 30 gigabytes because
Yeah, all
it's
the
so
major
many
ones.
bugs.
it's so much reminiscent of No Man's Skies. They advertise like this amazing thing.
yeah,
Not,
all the
I
multiple.
wouldn't say they
planets.
over advertise themselves, but they kind of just like said like, yo, this is gonna be similar to like ESO Elder Scrolls Online. You
Mhm.
know, this is Bethesda, but then we get a game that's not even playable at this point.
Right.
Where if you're gonna grind it for what? There's literally nothing to do on the
Yeah,
map.
cause like I'm a big Fallout fan. Like I've beaten Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4 multiple times. And then when I was playing 76, honestly, Fallout 76. At this point, it's laughable. Like I can't stand playing it because it feels like Fallout 4, but it feels so empty.
Yeah, it feels
And
like
then
very vanilla.
yeah, it's like what else can you do? Cause the story. Do you guys know the story around it or?
Not really.
I have no idea what the
So
story's about.
basically, the story it's like you're in Virginia, West Virginia,
Yeah.
and you're just like you're vault dwellers, and you're coming out, to what is it like restore humanity?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
repopulate.
yeah, but there's like these monsters called the Scorched. There's also like the Scorched Beast. It's basically a dragon.
Yeah, from
And
Skyrim.
so like the lore behind it was like the vault dwellers thought like there was no point in
Repopulating.
repopulating, saving it. So what they did was they nuked all of West Virginia, and then Virginia basically just became like a huge wasteland.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's it. And then so once you beat the game, there's nothing else to do. You could roam around and like scavenge, and that's why some people are calling it Rest 2.0 or stuff like that. Because like it's just an open world scavenge loot. That's all you really do in that game, and honestly,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks seeing Bethesda doing this. I don't understand why they couldn't like do the same system as Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does this scare you for Elder Scrolls 6? Like, do you have
Um,
fears in your mind about Elder Scrolls 6?
No, because it's not online. I feel like because it's gonna be a single player game. Bethesda, they when it comes to single player games, they always get it done.
My thing is as long as games update more recently, like I hate to say this, but Fortnite is really good at that. Like making constant updates,
No,
like
but
right?
the reason why they
That's
can't-
my thing with developer support. As long as you're consistent, no matter like Call of Duty does it
Yeah, with the
every 3 to
updates
4
you
weeks.
dedicate to your game.
You just gotta
Yeah.
stick to it
But
and keep it up.
the reason why Fortnite can drop these updates every week is because they're in beta, so they don't have to get
Yeah,
they don't have to get approval from Sony and Microsoft.
I get that.
So that's why they're at a huge advantage. But also like if Call of Duty they can't do like weekly updates because it has to be
I mean, Activision's got a lot of money, so they
but
could, but
it's just like so I feel like what they should do is like they can do the update and send like the details or whatever to Sony beforehand, and then once it does get approved, then
have
put
them
it in.
preset.
Yeah, like a preset update, like just send it to them, and then just keep sending them the updates, and then just throw it in.
Yeah.
Update the game.
So with that being said,
I think we covered all the topics.
cover everything we wanted.
Yeah, I think everything we talked about was good. We covered a lot of ground, and yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So this has been the Nick and Vic podcast featuring Johnny.
Hey.
we
Yeah,
want
what's up, guys?
to thank everybody for for basically listening to this, giving us a chance. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you on our next episode.
All right. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed.
And
See you guys
comment
next time.
what we should talk about in the
Oh,
next podcast.
right.
Yes, that's very important. Make sure you comment in the
Yeah,
next
give us
for the next
suggestions, and
podcast we have coming up.
yep, we'll guarantee you we will put it in the episode.
All right, thank you and goodbye.